Hello. Welcome back. Have you ever felt it? A glance. From a younger woman. A look that lingers just a fraction of a second too long. That moment where her eyes rest. Curious. Almost analytical. Most of us men, we brush it off. Or we feel a fleeting moment of flattery. But what if I told you there is something far deeper happening in her mind? Something she herself probably doesn't even realize. Stay with me. Because by the end of this journey, you will see those glances in a completely different light. Today, we are not talking about tactics. We are not talking about pickup lines. We are starting a journey inward, to understand one of the most potent attractive forces in the universe. I don't call it attraction. I call it emotional gravity. This is not something you do. It is something you become. Before we dive deep, if you are here for the truth, not the shortcuts, subscribe. We are here to do the real work. Level 1. The Great Misunderstanding, the Ship Metaphor. The original script, the one society hands us, is this. Younger women are drawn to older men for stability, money, power. Yes, that's part of the story, but it's the most boring part. It's the surface. The deeper, more primal truth is what your original script touched on. They sense emotional calibration, a calm certainty. But here is where we, as men, get it wrong. We think that calm is a byproduct of age. We think that by simply living long enough, we will automatically acquire it. This is a lie. Age does not automatically grant wisdom. It simply grants old age. Think of your age as a ship. You can have a 50-year-old ship that has sailed around the world, weathered storms, its hull covered in glorious scars. It knows how to move in the water. It has a weight, a presence, or you can have a 50-year-old ship that has rotted in the harbor, never daring to set sail, its hull thin from fear and regret. Both are old. Only one has emotional gravity. That woman, in that moment, is not looking at your birth date. She is looking on a subconscious level to see where your ship has been. She is not looking for a father. She is looking for a man who has found the shore on his own, so she doesn't have to be his compass. She is surrounded by younger men, loud, impulsive kayaks, who just skim the surface. They are noisy, they perform, but she senses you, a larger vessel. And the question she is asking in that millisecond is that ship full of treasure? Or just bilge water? The coaching question for you is here. When you look in your own mirror, do you see a man who has mastered his time? Or do you see a man who has simply been a victim of it? Because she will see exactly what you see. Level 2. The Law of Echo, the Canyon Metaphor. So, how do we fill that ship with wisdom instead of regret? We must understand an exclusive principle I live and breathe by. The law of relationship echo. This law is simple. You do not attract what you want. You attract who you are. You do not get what you ask for from the universe. You get a precise reflection of the sound you are emitting. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a massive canyon. That canyon is the woman you are interacting with. Most men walk up to the canyon and they shout their insecurity. They shout, "Do you like me? Am I good enough? I need your validation." And the canyon, which can only obey the laws of physics, shouts those exact words back. "Do you like me? Am I good enough? I need your validation." And we call that awkward, needy reverberation. A conversation. I was a performer. For years. I'd walk into a room and I'd turn it on. I was funny. I was charming. I was the center of attention. I was shouting into the canyon, "Applaud me! Validate me!" And the echo I got back? Laughter, temporary attention. But never, ever deep connection. Because as soon as the performance ended, the canyon went silent. The man with emotional gravity walks up to the canyon. He doesn't shout. He doesn't ask. He stands in his own stillness. His stillness is filled with purpose, with self-acceptance, with integrity. He emits a different sound. A low, steady frequency. He emits the sound of presence, and the canyon, for the first time, doesn't know what to do. It cannot just echo. His silence is so potent it changes the canyon itself. His silence invites curiosity. Instead of a shout, he gets a whisper. Who are you? And that is when the real conversation begins. Your coaching question. In the last 24 hours, be honest. What was the dominant sound you emitted? Was it the sound of lack or the sound of fullness? Listen to your echoes. They are telling you the truth. Level 3. The anchor and the storm, the stability metaphor. So, what does that sound of fullness sound like? It sounds like stillness, the calm certainty we spoke of. In modern psychology, there's a concept called self-differentiation. It's a fancy word for an ancient idea, the ability to maintain a solid sense of self, even when you are in an intimate relationship with someone else. Here's the metaphor. The modern world is a perpetual emotional storm. Social media, text messages, the chaos of options. It's all wind and waves. Most people, especially the young, are small boats tossed around in this storm. They react to every gust of wind. A young man sees a woman. He immediately gets swept up in her storm. Her emotions become his weather. If she's happy, he's happy. If she's sad or distant, he panics. He is just another boat being tossed around, the man with emotional gravity. He is not another boat. He is the anchor. He is not immune to the storm. He is still in it. But he has a weight. He has an invisible chain connecting him to something solid, something within. When her emotional storm comes, and it will come, the anchor doesn't try to control the storm. That's foolish. The anchor doesn't panic because of the storm. The anchor simply holds. It holds its ground. Its presence says one thing. I see your storm. I am not afraid of it. I will not be washed away. I am here. This is what a woman's nervous system, beneath all logic, is craving. Not dominance, solidity. Your energy is not fatherly. Your energy is shelter. Your coaching question, the last time someone brought their storm to you, an angry coworker, a panicked friend, a sad lover, what did you do? Did you become another storm right next to them? Or did you become the anchor? Level 4, the trial by fire, the forge metaphor. The original script talked about her testing you. This is one of the most misunderstood topics. We as men hear the word test and we think it's a game. We think it's a conscious manipulation. We think we have to pass or fail. We are wrong again. Let's abandon the word test. Let's use a better one. Clarification. She is not testing you. The universe is clarifying who you are. This is the metaphor of the forge. Every tense interaction, every awkward silence, every playful tease, every pulling away. That is the fire. The fire is not evil. The fire has no intention of testing the metal. The fire simply does what fire does. It burns away everything that is not metal. When you interact with her, and she brings fire, you always talk about your work, or she goes silent on you, her nervous system is asking one very simple question. What is this man made of? If you are made of insecurity, you will react. You will get defensive. What do you mean? You talk about your work too. You will plead, I'm sorry, what do you want to talk about? You have failed the clarification. The fire has revealed you are made of wood. The anchored man, the man of steel, he doesn't react. He responds. He can hold his ground in the fire. He can smile. You're right. I guess I am a bit obsessed. How was your night? He doesn't get burned. He doesn't get defensive. He simply is in the fire. He has been clarified, and nothing in this world, nothing, is more primally attractive than a man who is not afraid of the fire. Stoicism teaches us this. The obstacle is the way. The fire is the opportunity. Do not run from her tests. Welcome them. They are not a test of you. They are a test of how much of yourself you have mastered. Your coaching question. The last time you felt tested in an interaction, What was your immediate reaction? Defense, anger, pleading, and what did that fire reveal about your materials? Level 5, the shadow in the room, the wound metaphor. This is the level 99% of men never dare to enter. Why do we react? Why do we get defensive in the fire? Why are we not the anchor? Because we are carrying unhealed wounds. This is the story I was asked to tell. The one about the father and the son. I coached a man, let's call him Michael. 52 years old? Successful CEO. Millions. He could date anyone. But every relationship he had failed. He came to me and said, "Women today are just too complicated." No. Michael was complicated. We dug deep. Michael's father was a cold, distant, critical man. Michael had never, not once, heard his father say, "I'm proud of you." And here is the heartbreaking truth. Even though Michael was 52 and his father had been dead for 10 years, 8-year-old Michael was still running his relationships. Every woman he dated, he didn't see her. He saw a final chance to win the approval he never got from his dad. So when a woman tested him, "Are you sure you can handle that?" He didn't hear a simple question. He heard his father's voice, "You're not good enough." And he would react with rage, or defensiveness, or self-sabotage. He was arguing with a ghost. And the poor woman was just standing there, confused. How can you be an anchor if you are still a boy chained to your past? True emotional gravity comes from turning around, facing those ghosts, and healing yourself. It's men's work. It's becoming the father you never had for yourself. Only then can you walk into a relationship needing nothing and offering everything. Your coaching question. What is the shadow in your room? What approval are you unconsciously seeking from someone in your past that you are projecting onto the people in your present? Level 6, the lighthouse, the purpose metaphor. Healing your wounds gives you peace. But what gives you weight? What makes your anchor heavy? Purpose. The original script was right. Older men don't chase. Why? Because a real man is busy. He is busy building. This is my final metaphor for you. The lighthouse. A lighthouse does not run along the coastline trying to save ships. A lighthouse does not worry if the ships like its light, or if it's as bright as the lighthouse in the next bay. A lighthouse has no insecurity. It does one fucking thing. It stands on its rock. It shines its light. It serves its purpose. The ship is drawn to the light, not because the lighthouse needs the ship, but because the ship needs the lighthouse. Too many men. They make the woman their purpose. She becomes their lighthouse. This is an unimaginable burden for her. She is just a ship also looking for a light. If you make her your light, you are both lost in the dark. A man with emotional gravity. He is the lighthouse. His purpose, his mission, his craft, his art, his service, his legacy, that is his light. He is obsessed with keeping that light burning. A woman sees that light from a distance. It's steady. It's reliable. It's not chasing her. It simply is, illuminating the path. How could she not be curious to see the source of such a steady light? Your career is not the thing you use to impress her. It is the reflection of your purpose. That distinction is everything. Your coaching question. If every romantic relationship was removed from your life, what is your lighthouse? What light would you still burn even if no ships were watching? Level 7. The quiet gardener, the detachment metaphor. We've talked about the ship, the canyon, the anchor, the forge, the shadow, the lighthouse. This is the final level, the one of true mastery. The original script called it not chasing. Eastern philosophy calls it wu-wei, effortless, action. I call it the energy of the quiet, gardener. The gardener does not try to make the rose bloom. He does not yell at the seed, begging it to sprout. He does not check it 50 times a day in a state of anxiety. Could he? No, that would be insane. The gardener simply does his work. He prepares the soil, heals his wounds, He plants the seed, purpose. He waters it when it's needed, attention, and then he steps back. He trusts the process. He enjoys the sun. He is not attached to the outcome. He finds his joy in the act of gardening itself. This is the energy that younger woman senses. The difference between the desperate older man who is trying to make something happen and the quiet gardener who is simply being in his garden, knowing things will bloom in their own time. That energy is not indifference. It is profound peace. It says, "Your presence in my garden is a joy, but if you choose to leave, my garden will still bloom." That freedom, that non-attachment, that is emotional gravity. That is the diamond of mastery. Your exercise, the 10-minute anchor. So, where do we begin? Not by talking to women, but by talking to yourself. Here is your practice, our practice, the 10-minute anchor for the next 7 days. Just 10 minutes a day, you will sit, alone. No phone, no book, no music. Just you and your breath. In those 10 minutes, the storm in your mind will rise. I have to do this. I forgot to send that email. Did she text back? Do not fight the storm. Do not try to stop it. Just anchor. Bring your attention back to your breath. Feel the air come in. Feel it go out. The storm will pull you away. Gently bring yourself back to the anchor. 100 times is fine. This is not meditation to achieve peace. This is practice for being the anchor, even for 10 minutes. You are training your nervous system to hold. This journey is not about attracting a younger woman. That is just an interesting byproduct. This journey is about becoming the man you were born to be, a man of emotional gravity. A man who, when he enters a room, silence itself leans in to listen. Do the work. Live a life of meaning.